In northern Iraq, tens of thousands of Yazidis, a religious minority long caught between Arabs and Kurds, have fled to shelters, while thousands more remain trapped on the desolate Sinjar mountain.
Our aircraft remain positioned to strike any terrorist forces around the mountain who threaten the safety of these families.
Behind the U.S. decision to help on the New York Times Minute. In other humanitarian crises, the U.S. has stayed out. More than 1 million have fled ethnic killings in South Sudan, while more than 150,000 have died in Syria's 3-year civil war. But as President Obama says,
the United States cannot and should not intervene every time there's a crisis in the world.
So why is he using military force in northern Iraq, even considering ground troops rather than just offering humanitarian aid?
There's obviously a lot of competing interests here for the United States, and it seemed to be, in a sense, the perfect storm.
A national security objective, the protection of nearby Erbil, was one factor.
American forces have successfully conducted targeted airstrikes to prevent terrorist forces from advancing on the city of Erbil and to protect American civilians there.
Another factor is that Yazidis face a very specific threat from ISIS.
When we have the unique capabilities to help avert a massacre, then I believe the United States of America cannot turn a blind eye.
In the case of Syria, it's much more complicated. They don't have a clear ally in the same way. And in the case of South Sudan, the UN peacekeepers are already on the ground.
But even in Iraq, the Pentagon now acknowledges that the current campaign had only a limited effect. The question now is whether the addition of ground forces can create a humanitarian corridor to provide an escape from Sinjar Mountain for both the Yazidis and for the Obama administration.
The logistics are there to make it seem like a very workable, measurable, and potentially successful humanitarian response. Of course, the devil is in the details.